Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync BoomTown to listing to leads. So those contacts and leads you're getting from listing to leads, from the landing pages, from the ads, from the flyers you're sending out, can automatically get entered into BoomTown so you can start following up with them there. It's super easy to set this up. It's going to improve your speed to lead and help you create more deals. Let me show you how. The first thing you're going to do is go to apination.com, and there you're going to click on Start Syncing. It's going to show you all the apps you can sync at API Nation. You're going to see marketing apps, productivity apps, real estate apps. I'm going to scroll down until I see BoomTown, B for BoomTown. Click on that, and it's going to show me the apps I can automate together with BoomTown. So if any of these other apps look familiar, go ahead and automate those with BoomTown using API Nation as well. But today we're going to scroll to listing to leads here and click on that. We're going to set up a sync from listing to leads to BoomTown. It's going to send those contacts right from listing to leads. So I'm going to activate this sync. The first step to setting up the sync here is to sign into my API Nation account. If you don't have one, you can create one here. They're totally free to create. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my Google account. Actually, this time I can use that option as well. All right, now that I'm signed in, I'm going to connect both the apps. So I'm going to hit connect to start connecting listing to leads. Super easy to do. It's probably going to take you out to the listing to leads website. You can sign in, then it's going to make that connection. I'm already signed in on this browser, so it went ahead and made that connection and says, here's your listing leads account. Go ahead and select it for this sync. Similar thing with BoomTown. I'm going to hit connect. It'll take me out to BoomTown where I will sign in. Go ahead and give it access for this sync. And that's it. I now have connected listing to leads and BoomTown. Now we're just going to set up the sync, a few different configuration options here as we create this sync. First, we're going to consider, do we want to sync all our listing to leads contacts into BoomTown, all the existing people and the people who come in from now on. I can check that box if that's what I want to do. It's going to take all these people I have in listing to leads and push them into BoomTown. But maybe you've already been manually entering them in BoomTown and you don't want to have them pushed in all over again. You can just uncheck that box and it's just going to answer any new leads from now on. Anything that comes in from today going forward, those will get pushed into BoomTown. As they get pushed into BoomTown, what do you want them as? Do you want them as new? Do you want them as watch, nurture, hot? Totally up to you. I'm going to go with a new. And then you can also choose a source. Ton of different sources here. I'm going to scroll down until I get to listing to leads and use that as my source. Finally, there's an option, if they already exist in BoomTown and they come through listing to leads, should I overwrite BoomTown with my listing to leads information? Or if you check this box, it's going to say, no, leave the BoomTown information alone unless you have any kind of new information we can put in other boxes. So if there's any blank fields in BoomTown, maybe we get a new phone number or a second email, then you can add those in. I'm going to hit subscribe and it's going to create the sync. So now you can see we've created the sync. It's not yet active. I'm going to show you two more tools here on this page. The first I'm going to scroll down and start with is mapping. So you can see we do most of this for you, and this is just taking the information from listing to leads and putting it in places in BoomTown. So the first name from listing to leads is going into the first name field from BoomTown. The last name is going into last name. The email is going into email. So if there's anything else you want to add, you would just hit this plus sign and search for the field you might want to pop in there. But this actually looks really good. We got everything in here. And I'm going to scroll to the top and activate this sync. There we go. The sync is now active. The other tool I wanted to show you here is the filter tool. You can see we're currently not filtering anybody who's coming through this sync, and that's pretty common, that's pretty normal, that's how you normally start out. If you do happen to want to filter from those contacts, it shows you all the available fields in listing to leads that you can filter on. Tags are really popular. That way, if you only want people who you tag in listing to leads, tags contains BoomTown, for example, you can do that. And then you'll wait to sync any contact from listing to leads into BoomTown until you actually tag it in listing to leads as BoomTown. Another popular one is to tag it by type. So I can say type is buyer. And then only my buyer leads will go into BoomTown. And maybe if I did that, I would want the buyer leads to go into maybe a different category, like hot or nurture, just watch. I could do that. So all my buyer leads are going to go into that watch. And then I could actually clone this and send my seller leads. I'm going to change the filter to only look for sellers. I'm going to put those in new. So you can do something like that and direct your buyer leads to one area and your seller leads to another area. Be sure to save your filter if you set it up. There we go. I now have 2 syncs running, one for buyers, one for sellers. They're going into slightly different categories, so I can manage them a little bit differently, give them the most important information, the most relevant information to them to nurture those leads. And that's it. That's how you set up the sync from listing to leads to BoomTown. Get those contacts right into BoomTown as soon as they come in. It's going to improve your speed to lead, allow you to reach out to those leads immediately so you can create more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.